This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. Where do you sell the best?
Right now, anywhere in the East Coast. LA.
How many tickets? What kind of theaters are you selling?
Paramount.
So what's that? 1,200?
Yeah,
It's good.
they'll sell out Thursday and Friday. I ain't worried about that. Massachusetts,
that's huge.
New Hampshire,
That's huge.
Atlantic City. No worries.
How did you? Was it just you doing it online and staying relevant online?
That's it.
And how's and streaming? I was thinking about streaming.
I stream every Tuesday on everything. Although TikTok just fucking banned me.
They banned you.
All I said was, I had Dr. McCullough on.
Oh yeah.
And I said, the clip was, which was true. You know, my daughter and I went to Costa Rica, which we did, and we both got sick. Like I started coughing. It was still at the end of COVID. I'm like, fuck, we got COVID. And I started coughing, and they sold ivermectin at the airport, so we picked it up. Dude, in 24 hours, my coffee's gone, and in less than that, it was gone. That's all I said. Yeah, strike, you're out.
False
I'm out.
information. Yeah.
But don't they give you a few?
Are we rolling?
Well, yeah, and I didn't know I got two other strikes.
Are we rolling? Are we rolling with the great Jim
Yes,
Breuer?
sir.
All right.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Whatever.
So it's you've been. By the way, we're rolling.
Hey, we're rolling. All right.
You literally are on the road every day. What caused you to do that?
So
Cocaine habit. I want to buy gold.
No, I'll say this. So I've been off for almost a year and a half.
You have?
No stand-up. I haven't done that my entire life.
Wow.
But for years and years and years and years, I wanted to work on certain projects, which I never had the time to do. I can't like half-ass over here and half-ass over there. So like for instance, I went to Africa. I wanted to film a documentary. I filmed it. I don't have time to put 100% in that.
What'd you do in Africa? You shot a documentary in Africa?
Yeah.
Well, where in Africa?
Tanzania.
It's kind of a big place. I've been to Tanzania twice.
Really? Where?
Special place. I'll just
Like on
all
safari?
Over. Yeah, all over. And yeah, my aunt lived there for years. I've been
What?
in Nairobi twice, in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
Tanzania's
love it.
something else.
I go there. I went for 6 weeks this
It's
summer.
pronounced Africa, but
Africa.
Africa. So you went to Africa?
Yes, I went to
You are doing safari?
Safari, and then I get to know two of the guides.
Guides.
Yes.
The guides.
The guides.
The great guides.
Yes, and they become friends. So I want to discover more of their life.
And you are losing your accent, your American accent, because you spend so much time.
Too much time.
Eating kudo, fufu. There's something greatly. When I was in South Africa, there was some. I can't remember where they were from, but they were cooking this incredible meal in the bush, and it was kudu.
Kudu.
Yeah.
Yes, kudu is very good.
This is very good for your stamina,
Yes.
for your stamina and your spirit, and it builds a fire. I was like, this is great.
No, you do the greatest accents too.
I'm very talented, but that's not important.
So
when
I was in Kenya, when they say spirit, it was right after when the boogeyman locked everyone down and everything was going on. And I'll never forget, I was in the bush and we had to wear masks when the people in the bush.
In the fucking bush?
In the bush. There's a hippo over there.
There's a hippo might catch your cold.
There's giraffes over there. And so I go like this. I wait to everyone kind of goes back. I said, there was an older guy there. I said, what do you think of this whole situation, right? You know what he said? He just simply went like this. He's an older guy. And he goes, evil spirits.
Wow. By the way, Africa, you think the Africans are afraid of COVID?
Yeah.
I mean, they've dealt with some other things.
Yes.
They've taken on a lot. But East Africa is a very special place.
I love East Africa.
Yeah.
I've been there multiple times, and so the reason I'm doing this is to buy time, because I haven't toured or did much stand up for like a year and a half. I was able to put this Africa project together. I was able to do this series on YouTube called Funny How God Works, and these are projects I've wanted to do forever.
Yeah.
So this, meaning why I'm pointing to the screen, I have no why.
You mean you're
the
doing
tour
this crazy
is
bus tour.
condensed. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll use that to more production for the African project, the Funny How God Works, and the other projects.
So you're a guy, and I've said this many times. I've been doing stand-up a long time. I'm not bad at it. You know, and without sounding like a dick. There's only one thing I'm confident in, and that is I can make anybody laugh anywhere for an hour. Okay, good, fine. Been doing it for a long time. So I'm an old school guy. I'm 59.
Yeah.
I've seen all the greats. I've seen everybody come and go. And I've seen a lot of the new. And I have always said, and I think you're the funniest. I think you are in my top 5 all-time comics in terms of somebody, you just make me laugh so hard, and you have so many bits, so many long-running bits and chunks of your stand-up that are just undeniable across the board. And by the way, one of the great storytellers. So, and that's not an opinion. That's an objective fact. Do you ever, having said that, do you ever get sort of tired of stand-up? Are you now sort of like, because so much of what drives us when we're younger is the mystery. Can I do this?
Right.
Can I surprise myself? Can I keep being original? You've done it on such a high level for so long in Saturday Night Live, everything else. Do you weary of the same old thing?
That's been my whole life. I get bored doing the same old thing. So it took me, I'm not going to lie to you, I've lost my desire for the oomph to, I'm going to go out, I'm going to do dates, and I don't like doing it unless I know I'm going to absolutely crush it. And I am shit. You know what? It's like my whole life, you go through the industry and then you need to prove yourself. And then you prove yourself and you're like, oh, I want a TV. And I've learned throughout what I've done, people only remember the highlights. So I consider myself like the pinch hitter of everything I wanted to do. Meaning, all right, I want to go on TV. Just ping. I hit the one little, it doesn't matter. I'm not like
Saturday Night Live, baby.
I'm not the big blah, 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 but I got the patch, the show was there.
Yep.
And the character too, that people go, will you please do the character from a billion years ago? Movies, I wanted to do did I do blockbusters? No, but I got the one little cold. Ping! Got it. Okay, under the belt. Great. I want to do my own specials. Okay, ping! I got it. COVID. I wanted to sing with my favorite musicians. I've sang with AC/DC, Judas Priest, Metallica.
On stage.
Yes. So I'm like, I'm like the Forrest Gump of myself. So
it's shocking, right?
Yeah. So I found myself around COVID, I was really angry.
Yeah.
And COVID,
I was too. I
was really angry.
I was too.
And so stand up between 2020 and like 2023, I had a lot to say. I felt like I need to wake the world up. I was on a vengeance.
You helped me with it. You helped me. I never told you this, but like I was going through a hard time and I was angry and there's a lot going on. And you were talking about just not being afraid anymore. And because I know your wife was going through stuff and you were going through stuff. And man, you said, I don't want to not hug people. I don't want to be afraid like this. And there was something about the way you did it, because it was like you were punching the ocean. You know those movies where
funny.
You know those movies where the entire army is closing in,
Yes.
and one dude, he's on foot, and the army's coming on horseback like, and then the one dude, you just see a close up of his eyes, and he just goes, and he just pulls a sword, and you just see him, and he's running in fucking sandals, and the dust is like there, and he just somehow runs and just, and it just cuts out, because you know what's going to happen to him. He just gets,
with the dramatic music.
Oh yeah, but I'm one man, one sword in flip flops, and you were fighting the world.
I
loved it. I loved it.
I did too, and I didn't. But after a while,
Yeah.
I said everything I had to say.
Yeah.
And then I got to do the things that led to the funny how God works. That was such a scary thing to put out there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be labeled. Because no matter what, you get labeled.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So I was, what are you? Oh, he's like, are you like born again? Are you like Breuer's religious? Or you could be,
You're not religious enough.
so you washed up, so now you got to like tap into Christians? Like, I'm not even, I don't even,
Yeah. I can't.
whatever. So,
Just something on that, by the way, and I know you're the same way. I would love to have the staying power to be able to now transition and be all in with something like the Christians or something like the right wingers or something like the left. I can't sustain that. I can't sustain anything that doesn't feel complete. And unfortunately with me, my joke is if I was at a protest, my sign would say, it's complicated. I'm just way in the middle. So,
well, there was a time between that where I was searching, and I started getting lumped into, hey, you're a this, you're a that, you're a this, you're a that. Partially because they were the only outlets allowing me to say what I wanted to say. And then, but I also started seeing things in certain groups where I was like, oh, you're no different than... Oh, wow.
well, there's no nuance.
Yeah,
There's no charity.
Oh, you guys are all, wow, it's just a different gang with a different, oh.
That's what I mean.
I see. Well, no, I'm not in your gang.
No.
I don't mind coming in and hanging out, having a beer, when you guys having a fight, and then I'm going to go over here.
There are some things about you I like.
Some things about you I like, but I never go all in. It's almost like Carlin never joined. I saw him talk about that once.
My favorite.
Even as a kid, I hung out with every single group.
Me too.
Hung out the weirdos, hung out the nerds, hung out with the stoners, the jocks.
Same way.
But I never went all in because I have a little piece of all of it.
You were never in a clique.
Never in a clique. And I think I enjoy that. I really enjoy
Being a
that.
stand-up is I mean, you got to be careful about trying to be in a clique as a stand-up. You got to be on the outside looking in all the time anyway. You spend so much time alone. Just the process of writing is a solitary process.
Yeah.
Guys, let's take a little break. Learning a language is so much easier than you think, but you got to do it in a system. You got to do it the right way. Babbel, which is our sponsor, is a company I've worked with. I've used for French for, 10 years. I don't know, since they came out. I don't even know when they came out, but it's been a long time. And it's great. It's bite-sized lessons that fit easily into your daily routine. I think I would do like the 10-minute one, and you start seeing real results, okay? And so I can't recommend it enough. And I've done a bunch of other apps, but Babbel to me is the best. It just is. It lets you practice real life conversations, and it gives you the ability to order coffee or even just chat about things. And that's what's fun. So, whether you learn by listening, whether you learn by speaking, reading, or writing, and they have all of it, Babbel adapts to your style, keeps you motivated with personalized learning plans, real-time feedback, progress checking. So that's how you make lasting progress. It has over 25 million subscriptions worldwide. That's how big they are. And when something is that big, they know what they're doing. 14 languages, by the way, to choose from, 14. And every course comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. You're never going to use that because it's as a guy again who's used I don't know how many language apps. I have a bunch on my phone. I always go back to Babbel. They're the best. So here is a special limited time deal for everybody who listens to TFATK. You can get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription. That's babbel.com/FATK, FATK. So 55% off babbel.com/FATK, FATK. And it's spelled BABBEL.com, like Tower of Babel, BABBEL.com. Rules and restrictions may apply. You know, it's like, I was talking to like this, I'll drop a name, but I was texting with Bradley Cooper today.
I love that guy.
He's a great guy. And I was like, where are you nowadays? And he spends just so much of his time writing movies. And we were talking about how like celebrity and money and all that, it's all actually a distraction to the greatest pleasure, which is the solitary experience of discovery. When you're trying to be creative, he's writing a really cool idea for a movie. And it was like, he was just talking and we were talking about how satisfying and how nothing quite compares to the solitary process of discovery, of being creative. When you've got to solve creative problems and then you do, and you watch them develop into sort of a thematic, comprehensive thing of value, at least to you, where you go, damn, I created that. Where'd that come from?
Yes, and it is complicated, and this is where I feel like I shed my skin and the direction I'm heading, whether it's writing, creating. I never had time for it, and I'm starting to see it with a couple of things I'm creating now, whether it's the African thing or the storytelling, the funny how God works. I look back and I go, wow, I don't remember setting that scene up, or wow, I forgot that story was so powerful.
Do you do that with stand-up too?
I do.
How the hell did this come together?
It just comes out, and then I look back, and I am guilty of saying there's a couple times where I'd look back and found myself giggling because I can't watch myself. I can't watch myself.
Editing a special for me is like, I'd rather be at the dentist with no Novocaine.
Yeah. But I'll sit there and I'll look and go, wow, dang, that was, wow, all right.
Yeah.
That was funny, okay. And then there's other things I'm like, oh my God, just don't, what are you talking for, Breuer?
I know.
Just shut up for 5 minutes. But yeah, we're at a whole different stage of life, and I don't have that drive to be competitive with anyone but myself.
Yeah.
I never did really.
I've always been that way. I've never been competitive. I'm not a competitive person. I'm just not. I'm not competitive. Like if somebody flies privately or they sell a lot of tickets, I mean, I'd like to do that.
Oh, I'd like to do, yeah.
But I'm not, it doesn't, what doesn't drive me is like, man, they're there and I got to be there. I've never been that way. I just don't, I don't have
like
that.
arenas. I'd love to be in arenas. I'm not going to tear down anyone who does. And it's just one of those, I'd like to be it, but I'm not going to.
Selling tickets, like I'll be, by the way, everybody, I'll be at the San Jose Improv this weekend, Friday, Saturday.
I always had a tough time there.
It's such a great theater, though.
It's a great theater. I had a tough time selling that place.
Damn. Well, I don't know how I'm selling, but I mean, for me, like if I know I can sell enough tickets, like I was in Edmonton and I was like, Saturday they turn people away. I'm like, that's all I need. I'm not ambitious. If I can sell a club like that, I'm good, bro. Now, would I like to sell a theater? Would I sell at the arenas? Of course I would. But sometimes I wonder, like, that's satisfying a sensation, but it's really a bummer when you start losing relevance, right? When you're like, wait, I'm not selling. You know, it's like,
yeah, like this is.
Maybe I'm done. Maybe this is it. It always happens.
I think that on every tour. I think that on this tour. I'm like, here's the ticket counts. I go, ooh, wow, it's a lot of red in Indiana and Illinois. Wow, okay. When's the tour start? 1 month.
Got a month.
Okay, and then your pub's like, I'm not worried. Or your age like, no one's selling. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Well, how are you at promotion? Because I find such a hard time at saying, come see me.
Digital, I hope the clips I'm not good at it either. I had to do a whole day of, hey, Indiana, I'm coming to you on April. I got these, 20-year-old kids going, April 14th, bro. Like, what am I doing?
I know.
What am I doing?
And then you give them a month's advance, like they're going to put it on their fridge. Oh, I got to write this down.
Right. But, so whatever. I am excited about it. He's cracking up.
I love that you're doing a bus tour, bro.
Oh, it's the only way to go. Because this way, too, you do the bus, you film everything.
Yeah.
You film everything. Yeah. I got a good opener.
Yeah, so you guys are riffing.
Likes to go to the gym, and he likes to give pointer. He likes to dude, there's one bit. Maybe you should. Thank you.
Who's your opener?
Brian McKenna. He's out of New York.
In shape, young guy.
He's in shape, young guy.
My openers are young and much better looking than me and in better shape. So it's like the Magic Mike.
He's definitely in better shape.
Yeah.
Only because he's
a few guys are better looking
guy.
than you, like in the face. You have a striking face. Have I ever told you that?
You're striking.
I never use the word striking, but your face is striking, Jim. There he is.
It's the working out.
Good.
There he is, Brian.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guys are like young, handsome, in shape guys. So it's like Magic Mike, and then the old guy comes on.
Well, I tried to get. There's a couple guys I tried to get.
You like hot openers.
Huh?
A couple of Latin guys don't speak English, but they're real muscular.
Yeah.
They do a dance beforehand.
Try to mix it up a little bit.
And now, welcome.
I was even going to bring a guy who plays guitar and just sings like you find at the bar.
Sure.
Singing a Billy Joel or something, doing all the hits in the seventh inning hits.
There you go, guys. Like just singing like Elton John and Billy Joel for all your
7-year-old. Stuff like that.
I look out in my audience. I got a lot of.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Breuer.
Caroline. Yeah. Neil Diamond covers.
Jim will be on in a minute. That's where I'm at.
Yep. And then somebody releases Doves.
Wait, didn't you move to Florida?
So I live in Austin, Texas now, which is where I get the southern. You're here in the twang.
Oh, I hear it, twang. Yeah, big
Why
time.
my hands are so rough now.
You look good in a hat.
I do, brother. I do. Thank you. I hear that a lot.
I want to see a hat on you.
You will later on, especially when it's not contrasted with clothing. When it's not, when I go au naturel from the neck down,
yeah. I can imagine.
A hat on, but a serious look on my face.
I would look at myself a lot. I got a hat. I got to say, last time I was in Austin, I forgot where I was playing. Yeah. Some guy brought me a hat.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not good with cowboy hats.
No.
And he put his on me. He's an older guy.
Yeah.
And then later that night, guy who was opening for me, he's like, dude, you're not gonna believe me. Came in the hotel. He's like, the guy gave me a hat, bro. I with great confidence wore that hat. And that's the first time I felt like a badass.
No,
I felt
honest?
good. I loved myself.
I tell you what, I'd love to get you out there on a horse. I'd love to get you on a horse. It's just sexual. I'd like to get you on a horse.
I started doing this in my yard with a rope. I said, I could do this. Man.
Shit, yeah.
I could do that.
Can you ride a horse? You ever been on a horse?
I have been on a horse.
Yeah.
This is a true story. So we went I took my family to a dude ranch. Had to be like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. I want to be able to ride a horse, but I'm a little afraid.
Sure. Of course, as well you should be.
So I'm okay with the slow little trail.
Yeah.
And my guy starts biting the ass of this horse or he starts eating the grass and he's supposed to take control. But I want to get to the running. So I got to the gallop. And now I'm afraid to do the running, but I want to pull off running.
Yeah.
So on my life, I sign up for a private lesson. So I go down to the private lesson, and it's down like in Slough Valley. You know the comedian Josh Blue?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a guy with cerebral palsy, just like Josh Blue. So he comes walking up. I swear on my life.
Or the guy?
The guy.
Okay, so he's got cerebral palsy.
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes, what are you? And I went, oh my God, dude. Like, he goes, look at me. If I'm not afraid of a horse, why would you be afraid? I went, oh my God.
Wow.
But
yeah,
he,
probably grew up on horses.
Within 45 minutes, I was going around the barrels and running around, and they started running. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, a dude with cerebral palsy on a dude ranch. Bad had cerebral palsy.
Yeah, and somehow was able to get on a horse.
He taught me he was able to get on the horse, able to control the horse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Horses have a sense with people who have disabilities. I've seen that.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. I've seen actually people who have cerebral palsy with horses. So they use horses as therapy sometimes. So he probably grew up as a kid. They brought him in front of horses and fell in love with them. Because when you have cerebral palsy, there's this tendency. People think that the person is mentally slow. They're absolutely not.
No, they're not.
Completely with it. They just have trouble with their muscularity, right? So
isn't there something for I just started going to a boxing gym.
Yeah.
I'm not sparring with anyone. It's just, bags, like a cardio thing, right? But he teaches, I want to say, guys with cerebral palsy and Parkinson's.
yes.
There's a whole group with Parkinson's.
So
that
one
will
of
come
the
in
things
later.
about that is that when you teach boxing and you have neurological issues, you're using both sides of your brain. You're using your left side and your right side. Okay, so if you're kicking, you're having to mirror your body. So when you jab, you're switching stances when you're kicking. So a lot of that's really good for the synapses. That would be the idea. You're creating a connection, But horses are magical. Like I remember we were in Wyoming. My dad took us on a vacation, or New Mexico. I was in my 20s. I was probably like even 19 or 20. And my father we met a guy named Boots Sutherland. And he was as cowboy as it gets. I'm talking about a man who makes his living wrangling cattle.
Yeah.
And then there's a little side hustle, which is tourists who want to get on one of his slower horses. He'd call the couch, right? You ain't riding one of his horses. You understand? You're
Going
not
on
riding
the couch.
You getting on some of the old
You're getting
slow
on-
ones with diabetes. You know what I mean?
Right.
The naturally lazy ones.
Right.
Got a little. He overfeeds them a little bit just so they got a big old tummy. They're not going to run anywhere. You got to keep them slow,
Right.
And my father, who's a macho guy and thinks he's a rider, gets on the old horse in shorts. And I remember Boots Sutherland said, "Shorts?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That's a first." I remember clocking that. And my dad, after our ride, we spent the rest of the vacation. He didn't have any skin here or here. That's a good time. That's a good time. That's a good time. So that didn't go well. But horses scare the shit out of me, man. They scare the shit out of me.
They spook me out a little bit.
It's good to know, though.
It is good to know.
So you're boxing.
Not.
Yeah.
It's more for the weight.
Yeah.
It's more for, and also like, cause I started taking cardio. I can only go on the elliptical and listen to my favorite metal bands in concert for so long before I go.
Don't do cardio at our age. Fuck cardio.
So I said,
Start lifting weights. 20 minutes.
I do.
I wish you lived with me. You'd come over to Archetype Boxing and we'd fucking go.
The boxing has changed my life. It's a whole.
We need like that, and then we need some resistance training because you get older, weaker. I'm getting weaker. I'm 59, dude. I'm calcifying.
I feel like I'm getting weaker too. I feel like I'm getting weaker.
Bothers me.
I mean, with the flow.
We're dying. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We got think about this. We have maybe, if we're lucky, this is another thing that changed my life a whole bunch. If you're lucky, solid
20 years. Pushing it. 15.
12 to 15, because what you're not considering is you're diagnosed with something. You pull a hamstring.
That's right.
You think you pull a hamstring, you're out for like a month? No, you're looking at 6 months. Bro, I just pulled a hamstring. It's going on 3 months ago. I was in Florida by myself in a field. This is so sad. Wiffle ball bat, wiffle ball by myself with a whole bag of wiffle balls. The last wiffle ball, I said, I want to hit it over the bushes.
I'm gonna hit some wiffle
I hit
balls.
it so hard, some of my ass cheek wiggled, and I'm still ain't right. I got to bring a hard baseball on the plane here to shove under my right cheek, which is why I'm not adjusting because I want to face you.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting because of the pain that's down my leg from this hamstring.
We got to get you some peptides. Some BPC
You know what?
157.
I just heard about that.
I've never taken them, but I just keep hearing that as far as healing is concerned.
That's what I heard.
You know, it's funny because I was at Archetype and I was doing toes to bars. You hang from a bar and you bring your toes to the bar. And I did that without warming up.
You did what?
You're hanging, you got to bring your toes to the bar, it's the thing. I did that when I wasn't warmed up and just pulled something in my wrist, some little tiny thing.
Yeah.
And it burns and it's been 7 months.
Yeah.
It's just shit. You'll have that for 7 months, sir.
Right. Yeah. So if you're completely healthy, you're going to be 60 in a year.
Yeah.
In 15 years, we're 75.
Dude.
Think of the 75-year-olds we know. How many of them, I got to take blood thinners. You squeeze them too hard, they bleed out. How many?
Look, my Achilles tendon is already like every morning is like, you want to do this again, huh? You're going to push things out? You want to walk down those stairs holding your baby? Because I got young kids now.
What?
Oh yeah, I got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
You got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old?
14-year-old and a 17-year-old.
And you haven't pulled your back out yet.
That's why I do like rehab exercises every morning before I work out.
That's a good idea because I pull my back out multiple times when my kids are little because you're not used to picking something up and moving it and putting it in a seat.
Twisting.
Yes.
Yeah, but I do that.
Or reaching back to even to yell. I've done this like, hey, oh, God damn, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Guys, UFC 324, Pimlet, Gaethje, Saturday, DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting. Once it's over, your shot to get in on the action is gone. DraftKings Sportsbook is built for live betting, not just pre-fight picks, because in the UFC, one moment can flip the entire fight. One punch, one kick, one takedown, right? So new DraftKings, if you're new to DraftKings, new customers can bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins with code FIGHTER. Let me say that again, all right? If you're new to DraftKings, new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins with code FIGHTER. How about that? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FIGHTER. That's code FIGHTER to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
You're out. That happens now?
Right away.
You're set back. Now you can't go work out. Now you can't do a lot of things.
So many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, anything you want to do, you gotta warm up.
Now, I know you hear that airplane in the hangar next door,
You know what
right?
sucks? Yeah, we're in pretty much like a, I don't know, what would you call this, Brian? It's like a garage sort of.
Yeah, we're in a garage.
There's companies
and
here.
they
You alive?
detail race cars next door.
Yeah.
Race cars?
Yeah, like the other day they had a $1.8 million McLaren that they were putting. So it was a $1.8 million McLaren. I said, where can you drive it? He goes, only on a racetrack. I go, does the guy race? He goes, nah, he just gets together with a group. Oh, cool. So he's got that. Spend your money on that anyway. And I know. Don't get me started.
Don't you wish you can, like, tap into a guy like that? Go, listen, give me 5% of your money.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna set you up with really fun things to do with your money besides what you're doing.
Or I could say, give me 5% of your money so I can pay my alimony and I can and I can do fun things. And I can stop hustling. That would be nice too. How about that? I was supposed to be rich by now, but it's not happening. So yeah, that would be fun too. But I think if you gave me $30 million in the bank, I would, there's a good chance I would be I'd be living in Malibu on a farm, and I'd be raising my own vegetables and animals. I would cook and I would hang out with my kids. I think I may never do anything again. I might not. I have a love-hate relationship with everything.
I am 100% into what you just said because that's my end goal, the vision was always farm. I'm not running it though.
No.
I'm not running the farm.
I'm a gentleman farmer.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman farmer too.
I might be smoking a pipe.
You go check on the cows.
Yes.
You go check on the pigs.
Yes.
You let me know if something's going down. Let me know what we got to do about it.
Yeah, if I'm yes.
And again, tons of land. Build some cabins on there so when maybe my kids grow up, hey, you come stay here whenever you want. And we got gardens. They're gonna help the gardens. My one daughter's doing culinary now.
How old are your kids now?
Should be 21, 24, 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
And any of them in comedy?
Now, they're all hilarious. Hilarious.
I bet.
The middle one reminds me of sometimes like, oh my God, is that what I'm like? Because she'll come home and she will reenact wherever she was. She reenacts every character she ran into, every scenario, totally animates it, but won't do this in front of anyone except for us. And we sit there howling with laughter.
Isn't that great?
Howling with laughter, but she won't.
My son's a natural showman.
Just no desire.
My 14-year-old will do shit like I'm FaceTiming him. I'm in this restaurant outdoor area where I'm waiting for my food. He goes, "Where are you?" I go, "I'm at a restaurant." He goes, "Outside?" I go, "Well, I'm waiting for my food." You know, and he goes, "Are there people around?" And I go, "Yeah." And I show him people. Everybody's kind of quietly waiting for their food. And he goes, "This guy touches minors." Oh, I'm like, "You motherfucker!" Like that's the kind of stuff he does.
All my life, that's my youngest daughter.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter will be in the car and go, "I don't know him. I don't know him." Like, Dory, it's not funny, man. Like, this is. We're walking the grocery store. Well, all my life, we've walked from the grocery store, walking into Publix, and she'll go, "Please stop following me. Please stop following." People, they're starting to.
That's so good.
Like, it's not funny. It's not funny in this day and age, stupid.
I look terrible.
But yeah, that's my youngest one. She thinks
She's a
that's
smart
hilarious.
ass.
She's funny.
So you have back to you on a farm. I keep interrupting your flow.
I'm all into that.
Right? There are two sides to me. One is farm, gentleman farmer.
Yeah.
I'll wear tweed jackets. I'll read hardcover books, and I will smoke a pipe and cigars. That's one. Two is if I didn't have kids, my fantasy is to be. I would take a pied-à-terre in Florence. And I would live as an Italian gentleman. I would take the way I dress very seriously. I would wear yes. I would wear bespoke English or Italian shoes. You'd never see me in comfortable shoes, ever. I would wear only suits. If I wasn't in a tie, it would be one button, mercifully during the hottest days of summer. I would wear sunglasses. I would spend money on my sunglasses, Jacques Marimage, etc. Yeah, and I would take my coffee very seriously. I would lunch, and I would be a raconteur. I would immerse myself in story, and I would watch great cinema in a straight back chair. I would not be comfortable. I would not be lounging. You understand? I would have long lunches. I would take a siesta. I would nap. And then I would plan my dinners in a very serious fashion. I would also I would take lovers and I would cook with her, and we would receive our guests and smoke hashish late into the night. Fuck, you'd be most welcome, my friend. And I'd have to take you aside by the elbow and say, "Jim, I love you so much. We won't be dressing that way here." And then I would have you meet with my clothier / tailor, and we would have you fitted for some fine summer suits, linen, please.
And I would, with open arms and great confidence, join that lifestyle.
I know you would.
Oh.
Because we would have a salon. We would have a salon at least twice a month, bi-monthly salon, where we would talk about things like Proust. And if we didn't understand Proust, which none of us would, I would probably invite a professor from Florence University to come and speak to us about Proust and the significance of of Chopin or even Dostoevsky in his Italian accent. Yes. And we would swill the finest wine, and all of the wine would be made just there. We'd drink provincially.
100%.
There'd be no French in my cellar, my friend.
Absolutely not.
So this is
And nor
what I
should
want.
there be.
Nor should there be.
No.
My tobacco would be aged. I would take my cigars very seriously as well. God, I love that shit. And that's how we would age, my friend.
Two questions.
Yes.
One is, well, not question. One is my desire is to live in other countries for like a month at a time.
Yes.
Just to burst into the natural culture. The other thing is, do you go on those rants often here?
Not enough because I don't have an ear for them, but you're there and I.
Because I want to see that whole rant animated just the way you explained it. I want to see that guy in animation or film, the film version of everything, the voiceover you just did.
Yes.
And just film that in the studio. That was...
Well, that's because I love taking
hilarious.
my time. I love taking my time. There is a reason you drink tea out of bone china. There's a reason. and the reason it's steeped just so. Why is it Assam golden tips? Because I know the difference. That's why. You can have your Lipton, which is actually an affront to my eyes. But if we want to get serious about our tea and our coffee, our espresso. So when you take your time with these things, it's so much fun.
I don't like bitter coffee.
I don't either, actually.
I don't like it at all.
No.
And you know right away,
Of course.
they usually oversell themselves
Always.
as like this grand new hip coffee place where most likely once you sip it, you feel that taste and you go, they're shite.
Of course. The actual
Bitter.
what's the word? The mission, if you will.
Yes.
Is to get your coffee to taste
Yes.
the way it smells.
Yes.
And that's always
It
such
should
a
never be
precarious-
bitter. I'm still
Well, it's a
angry.
precarious undertaking, isn't it? I mean, one has to have the courage to toss a shot. If you pull a shot and it's not to your liking, if it doesn't cling to the glass.
And the way I say it is, if you have 2 shots of an espresso,
Yeah,
the only way you know it's really authentic
of course.
is if you are shitting yourself within 20 minutes.
Right. Especially if you pair it up with a bran muffin to stay regular.
It's not even a need for bran muffin. That's how good it really
Right.
is.
I don't
And that has
need-
happened to me multiple
This
times.
is like my bowl of prunes, sans the prunes. Sans is French.
I used to actually do. I don't know if that's good espresso or not.
Yeah.
But if I go to a restaurant at night
Yeah.
and I order espresso, usually within 15, 20 minutes,
You got to go.
it's got to go bad. And I go, wow, that must be real espresso. Or
When
it's the
you
opposite.
drink espresso for most Europeans is taken very, very seriously.
Yeah, and they do it during the day, no?
Yeah. Well, the morning you'll see, if you're in Naples, in the morning when you go to work, what's great is in Naples, you'll see lines of people and they'll take an espresso in a tiny glass.
Yeah.
And it's about that much espresso. It doesn't cover your entire, the first knuckle of your index finger. And they might put a little sugar and they will have a little conversation, have some words with the barista, and they'll take their coffee and it's just a taste of their coffee. And they might, if they're feeling spicy, they might have a small piece of bread, but chances are they're just going espresso and then they're off to work. And there is something about that. Now their lunch is going to be something. My uncle, who was 100% Italian,
Yeah.
who lived in Rome. He was an actor. I believe he was probably gay. Didn't know how to deal with the Brooklyn macho Italian world,
No.
and went to Rome. Never came back. Was an actor and a teacher. Handsome man, and would. The mornings were for your espresso. He lived above the Piazza Navona in a penthouse that was owned by the Vatican, so it was rent controlled, lived like a gentleman, always dressed to the nines, in great shape, and acted in local theater in Rome, played bridge with his gay buddies, and lunch was taken with the utmost seriousness. You met at a trattoria, and you just had a spread. And by the way, if you're just Chin walking in, or Bryan Callen walking into a trattoria in somewhere in Rome, they ain't giving you the pasta and sauce that they serve the locals. They're going to give you because you don't know the difference.
No, you
don't know the difference.
No, you don't.
Right?
That's correct.
But if you do know the difference, everything is considered. That's what I love. The tomatoes are ripened on the vine. My grandfather would never buy tomatoes that were ripened in what is it called? An acetylene chamber.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What? I want to be able to smell the manure on my tomatoes. All that stuff is just, there's a whole process.
So you could live there.
I could live there.
I think of living there. My youngest daughter just said, after she's done in Honolulu, she's like, Dad, I think I'm going to go live in Italy for a year. I think he probably won't come back, and let me know. I'll buy land. If I'm allowed to buy land, I'll buy land. I will go to Italy in a second.
You could right now buy a working olive oil farm for what you could get a 4-bedroom house in Connecticut.
They freaked me out with the only thing I'm reserved about is they freaked me out with when the lockdowns.
So the lockdowns happened the way they did in Italy because they weren't freaked out. So the problem was the first strain. So remember, in Italy, you never put your elders in a home. You live with your elders.
Correct.
So
the way we used to here.
Yes.
We used to do the same thing.
What happened, because the Italians are so nonchalant, is that they literally were, they were like, and they had the trading port, I think it was in Milan, a couple other places where a lot of Chinese merchants came.
Yeah.
And they were so nonchalant that they were carrying the COVID virus. The first strain was pretty devastating to old people. So you had your 90-year-old grandfather. So it is true that the death toll for the eldest was, they didn't recover from it because it was the first strain, and they were intubating people way too quickly and stuff. We didn't know. So that's why you had those mayors. Have you ever seen those mayors of those towns, how they talk to, bring up mayors of Italian towns during COVID and how they talk to people about coming out on the street, because they had to get serious because they just couldn't have that many people dying. And this is coming from somebody who thought we way overreacted, you know, but this is interesting because the Italians are watch this. This is hilarious.
Top one?
Maybe.
Let's get a shot and see.
This is how they talk. Because they were taking so much heat. All right, this is not it. These guys were literally going, I'll come into your house and punch you in the face. The Italians are so nonchalant.
Come in your house and I punch your face.
But by the way, then you break, yeah, there you go. Angry Italian mayors rage at people.
And was he mad
Watch
about?
this.
È stata la festa del papà. Abbiamo avuto a Napoli dei buontemponi che vendevano per strada le zeppole di San Giuseppe, che portavano in omaggio al papà. Diciamo, la zeppola, ecco, condita con
See, this is before we
una
knew
bella
it. They didn't
crema
know.
al coronavirus.
People were dying.
Adesso se ne sono andati
They've all gone happily to
lietamente
hospitals.
negli ospedali e hanno mandato in ospedale lietamente i loro papà, le loro mamme, i loro nonni.
Le posizioni eclatanti servono? Beh, quando si risolvono i problemi, ben vengono. Io sarò qua, aspetto la nave, perché la verifica ora la farò
So
io
this is not it.
personalmente.
I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up.
That's all right. I can't even read it. My
It's a
eyes are
beautiful
shot.
language. Yeah. So guys, let's take a little break. This ad is about Signos. What is Signos? Signos is a way for you. It's basically an AI technology that allows you to measure your glucose levels. When you talk about insulin resistance, we talk about diabetes, when you talk about health, it's all about your glucose levels. When you eat wrong, when you eat the wrong carbs, your blood sugar rises. It leads to a whole host of metabolic problems. But how do you know what works and what doesn't? Well, you don't. Most people have no idea what this food is doing to their blood sugar. Most people have no idea like when you eat and what time and how that makes a difference. Signos is where you actually can monitor your glucose level. It's a glucose monitor with AI to reveal how your body responds to food so you can build habits that help you lose weight, keep it off, and feel great while you're doing it. It tracks unique. It basically Signos tracks unique to your data and provides feedback to help you live a longer, healthier life. And everybody's different. Everybody's different, and that's why it's so good. It also incorporates exercise, sleep, and step tracking in addition to tracking your glucose. So you get a sense of exactly what's going on and how your body is dealing with it all. And you're not going to be able to do that unless you have something that can monitor it. That's what technology has done. So get your start fresh. Start with Signos, 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 Signos.com. Get 25% off select plans with code FIGHTER. That's Signos.com, Signos.com, code FIGHTER for 25% off select plans. You guys, a new year, start with a new routine. And I'm telling you, if you can see what you're doing, it's a way for you to track progress. You'll feel better. And it's easier to stay motivated when you've got something like this to show you how you're keeping your glucose levels down and how your body is responding to the exercise, to the sleep, to the rest you're giving yourself. Signos.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
What? This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra. Free. This is the mindset.
With movies like Joe Dirt, Pixels, and 50 First Dates.
This is awesome.
And TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts. Pluto TV is always free.
Huzzah!
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You're welcome.
But anyway,
what are you saying? What were they?
They were like, I'll come into your house. I'll punch you in the face. I'll machine gun every one of you. Well, they were so mad because Italians don't listen. You're not telling Italians what to do. Like when I went there, so when you had to have a COVID card to go to Italy, I had to go to Italy during the COVID, and or I had to go to Europe, and you're not getting into England without the COVID that you were vaccinated and all that stuff. Italy, they don't even check. France was the same way. They're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. They just don't. There's something about the Latin culture where they're just like, yay, it's fine. It's why the Italians in any culture that has to do with paying a vig, they get along. They were great. They were like any tribal culture. They're like, I got it, just pay them off. Yes. They did that in Somalia. Somalia has clans, and Italians and Ethiopia, but Somalia as well. They built Mogadishu. You can't go to Somalia without understanding clan politics. You cannot do it. But what they would do is without military stuff, they would pay the vig. They'd pay this guy off, they'd pay off this clan and be like, hey, everybody can make money, relax. That's how you do it.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah. Part of what makes it run not as well, but also what makes it so great. It's all about food.
It is all about food. I think the guy was insulted. I was staying in Cortola in Tuscany.
Oh yeah, Tuscany. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know Cortola. Yeah.
It's a small city. It's got a big wall around it. Lived there for like 2 weeks. I would go in there. In the morning, they're all prepping for the tour buses that come in and whatever. They dump them out for a little bit. And I think there's a college there. Mm-hmm. I would come in.
Cortona.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Wow.
And I'll never forget the first day how crazy the guy thought I was because I'm so used to American coffee. I went cappuccino, about 4 shots. And he went, 4. I went, yeah, 4 shots? No, 4. He's 1. I went, nah, 4. Look at me. He goes, sleepy? 4. And
sleepy.
He ended up giving it to me, but like by the 4th day, I'd walk in and they're like, sleepy, 4.
Yeah, they'll just
and I was ready, if my wife was I was ready to pack it in and stay there the rest of my life.
I can see you loving it.
No.
And they love you.
If I can live in Tanzania, I would.
Yeah. What do you like about Tanzania?
I love
people.
I love the people and I love nature.
Yeah.
See, now I thought about this too. Am I going to live in a village? No. So I got to remember each time I go, I am there on different things. Unlike Italy.
Yeah.
Italy, I can live in a small town.
Yes.
Even parts of Germany.
Yeah, man.
Do you like Germany?
I've spent no time in Germany.
Really?
I've never been to Germany.
It's like going to a Hummel. You ever see the little Hummel?
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow,
Like the
but
Shire.
this is real life stuff.
The Shire, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Switzerland's like that.
Yeah.
Cozy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Cozy.
Orderly, very orderly.
Yes.
You know?
We're in a mess.
Well, Americans
And I think we're searching for like the culture /
well, American culture is a pioneer culture. American culture is the culture of what's over there. We're always moving. American culture is relentlessly innovative, and we are way more interested in abundance and efficiency. Whereas there's something about the European mindset that says, hey, things take time and it's worth the time. Soccer they might score one goal in an hour and a half.
Good example.
Right? But we need scoring, bro. I need scoring.
But that's a junkie mentality, but that's been force fed to us. So now we're addicted to it.
It's made worse by TikTok and the
Everything.
15-second clip.
Television, 40 channels, 50 channels, social media, and it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Everything you've been fed on television, like Kardashians, you know the thing, and everyone's a billionaire. We got to show our boobs and our ass. I remember being I think I was in one of those, either Norway or whatever, and there was a chick walking down the street, and she had very provocative clothes, and the guy says to me, American. I said, how do you know that? Because they dress like, exact words, like woman of night, like whore. Like, because we don't.
I'll give you another example.
And if you go to those European, they don't dress like that.
Yeah. I'll give you another example. A friend of mine, a comedian, we know him. We were young men, and there was this beautiful Italian gal that he was talking to. And he's like, I can't get her to, I'm trying to get her home. And I said, hey, bro, you're dealing with an Italian woman. Let me explain how it works. The courtship ritual, you do not meet a girl in Italy and just take her home. That's not how that shit goes. You want her, you got to get to know her. You hang out with her friends, your friends. We all spend time together. There is a process. Mexican women, Latin women, it's all the same. There is a process by which courtship happens. She's not going home with you, dude. She just met you. That's definitely not doing that in front of her friends or her, like the culture. Maybe when she's traveling, I don't know, but for the most part, that's not how dating happens in France. It's not how dating happens in Italy. It's not. There is a process. Things take time. These are people who have settled. They're not pioneers. They've settled.
It's also a morality and a respect for yourself.
100%. Look, because you're representing your family. You're representing
yourself,
your town. You're an extension.
Right. It does take time. And the more people that go to the places that you're talking about, they always come back and go, wow, they have it right over there. Unless you're going on a cruise ship, and unless you're going on, the 7-day, get off the bus and go buy the jewelry and all that, those tours don't count. You immerse yourself and you see a whole different way of living. Like, where are these people? Were they lazy?
Well, why do you think people, when you go to Florence in the summer, worst idea ever, because everyone is there from all over the world.
Packed.
You can't, literally, it's like being in a crowded nightclub on the street.
Yeah, it's packed.
Isn't it interesting, though, that tiny town is a magnet for everyone? And I'll tell you why. Because it was designed by a king and a pope who were pro-human. They were good people. This king and this pope who took into consideration crazy things like, how wide should the streets be? Wide enough for me to not crowd somebody, but also be able to say hi to somebody I know. wide enough so that there's everything should move at the pace of how human beings move. They took into consideration human connection. A lot of cities nowadays are scaled for flow and for the automobile. It's not how we live. We love this idea of a community where I know the mailman and I go, "What's up, buddy? How you doing? How's everything?" You think you can put a price on that? You can't.
No.
So the architecture, the amount of time it takes to carve those statues out of fucking marble. We go, what? Wait a minute. And why was that done? Oh, I know why. Because it's just for no reason. Because it's beautiful.
And what happened to all that? Where does that stop? What happened? What happened to all that? What happened to these big designs of these beautiful buildings and like what? How did it go from that to the Sears Tower?
I know how. Because also remember that architecture now, when somebody builds a house, you know who the architect is. When somebody built those cathedrals, those chapels, those buildings, they didn't put their name on it because they were building it for something else. There was something bigger than you as an individual. And it's probably something like God. It's probably something you can't measure, but there's an inspiration. You don't really get inspired. You know, if you're inspired by just what you are going to get from this effort, I don't think that lasts. It's not a very good, I don't think great things come from that. Maybe they do, but for the most part, you got to be doing it for something like the glory of it. Like, I don't think you paint the Sistine Chapel and go blind in the effort because you're trying to get pussy. I just don't. or you want to eat out a lot in a restaurant.
Yes.
My problem with acting for the longest time for me, I love stand-up because I just love the artistry of it. I love the process of writing and coming up with things.
Yeah.
The problem with acting is every time I go on an audition for a sitcom or something, in my mind, I wasn't doing it for the art of it because it wasn't inspiring material. I was like, if I get this,
yes,
I can eat out a lot and date really good looking girls and take a break. I can kind of like be relaxed and get some attention. It was all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons. So I'd go in there and I'd be like, of course I wasn't going to get the part because I was like, you know, I'm here because I'm here for the wrong reason. I'm here because it's all apathetic. I'm here because I want the spoils of war.
Do you have a desire to still be in film and all that?
Honestly, dude, I love acting so much and I worked so hard at it. And I had so much fun on the Goldbergs. I had so much fun in school. That was the last time I acted. But part of it is like the process.
The process is whooping. Yeah.
Doing a movie where you do a page a day and you're sitting around.
Yeah.
I have a very hard time with that. I'm missing my kids. I'm in a trailer. I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning. I find it to be a very, and I hate saying that out loud, but it's just tough, man. It's long days.
It's very long days. And this is the first time in my life in probably 30 years since the 90s where I go, you know what? If it was a right role, am I going to chase it? No. But now my kids are older.
Yeah.
I'm going set here and I'm really into that character. Yeah, I'll do it. But for the longest time, for the reasons you talked about, my kids were young.
Yeah.
They were really little. They were like, you need to move to LA. I'm not raising my kids in LA. No. Well, you need to do this. Well, I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to tell you. Parents got older. That life stuff is here once. That's it. You only got one shot.
Yeah.
With your family like that. So, but this is the first time where I'm like, I might, if something comes along.
Kids are grown. Your kids are grown.
Yeah, kids are around. Like, if it's something that I feel a strong desire for. Right now, I'm more into I just want to do more.
You have a good idea for a movie, dude. I'm gonna write that movie.
What's up?
That idea that the pizza guy.
Oh, dude, I wrote it. We wrote it. You want me to tell you what I did? This is God's honest truth. Again, this is some people, your listeners are going to be like, oh, be a man. We wrote it. Script is done. Now, there was an instinct the whole time. That was kind of like, do I want to stir up this bee's nest? And some of the children, too, are still very close with us.
Okay.
Very close.
Yeah.
Including.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So my wife was the first one, goes, I want to read this. And do you think this is a smart idea? Out of all the things you could put together, is this a smart idea? See, now as I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, but maybe I won't be in it, and this will be you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You would have been a monster.
Yeah.
You would have been so
I could play
good.
that.
And you know what? I should call the director and talk about that, because maybe I just don't have to be in it.
Maybe
I don't have to be in it.
I could
It's
play
not
that.
the story of me,
Yeah, I could play that role.
because I know on my kids' lives, I went. There was a time like, who pulls that off? I'm like, you would pull that. Dude, your face,
Yeah.
your eyes, the way you lock into a character. I'm like, you would
could do
crush this guy.
I've had a couple pretty big directors say, you need to play bad guys.
Bad guys.
You need to play.
But this is a bad guy, but also has funny traits.
Well, bad guys don't think they're bad.
That's why he's so damn funny.
Bad guys
Tony Montana.
You play somebody trying to get the bad guy. You play a couple ways. One, if you're playing a bad guy, if you're playing a guy who interrogates you and tortures you. The play 1984, I think, where he's got to get the answers.
Right.
Otherwise, I have to put the rat cage on your head. Now, the reason I can play that is because I'm right. And I don't want to do this. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
And so I'm hoping you cooperate.
I don't want anything to do with this.
That's it, right? I don't want to get my hands dirty. This is, and you play it almost like a doctor with good bedside manner. Yeah.
My intentions are good, and I just want us to. Everyone wins here.
Yeah, and I know you have good excuses, and I know there's a reason you don't want to talk, and I'd be the same way.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But here we are. You know?
Here we are.
So you play it like that, or you play it like a guy like Tony Montana, who says to himself, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a realist in a bad world."
Right.
And so the difference between me and a good man is I take shortcuts the good man doesn't have the balls to take. Hey, everybody's a piece of shit. It's just good people don't have the balls. You fuck with me, and I'm going to teach you the laws of nature, because I live in the laws of nature. I live in the jungle.
Well,
that's the other way to justify it.
No, then that's a good one. The reason why I know you would there was it's funny, I was talking to my daughter about this. It's also because you've encountered emotions that you may not have experienced physically, but you have put yourself there. I have too.
Yeah. You got to be able to think like that. Yeah.
No, you better think like that. I'll give you, for instance, there was one scene in there where I insisted I want to show how they brought this good moral guy to the stage where he's willing to go as far and dark as possible.
Yeah.
And I wanted an imaginary scene of me tormenting this human being, because I did it multiple times in my head. I captured him, and this was not a fun time for him.
Yeah.
But now he's going to pay for what he put me through.
Yeah.
And my daughter, a couple of years ago, she was very angry with my wife's teenager and blah, blah. And she goes, "Dad, you want to hear the music that I listen to when I'm angry at Mom?" I'm like, "Sure. Yeah, let me hear what you got." You know, because also you want to keep the pulse on us. How nuts are your kids going out there?
Yeah.
So she plays it, and I go, "Oh, you want to hear my music when I think of how I want and what I want to do to so-and-so?" I'll never forget it. I play the song. I think it's like Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
It's like click, click, boom, unload, reload. It's so dark, and I just remember my daughter going, "Oh my God,
Daddy's dark."
Dad." But that's great to bring into a film. That's great to bring into.
Yeah.
Were you looking at the lyrics?
Well, a lot of times
Yeah,
you're the fiercest warriors. I think the drummer of Five Finger Death Punch, or guitarist, great guy. But
There's a different song.
a lot of times the best warriors are the ones that can love the hardest. They're the people I know who are the scariest are the ones that love hard. And when somebody can love hard and they really love hard, they hate just as hard. So you take a guy who loves his family a lot, and if there's a threat to that family, my favorite is bring up Tim Kennedy on Joe Rogan. I'll wear your skin.
Damn.
Yeah, Tim Kennedy, Green Beret, but also
Damn.
like a high-level MMA fighter, and just so good at violence, and did a lot of stuff after that. Did a lot of stuff which I can't talk about, but just listen to him. Yeah.
Let's just
Would you
see.
rather be the gardener in the war or the warrior in the garden? Let's call a spade a spade. I will wear your skin. I will destroy everything about your life. I will salt the fields. I'm talking like scorched earth, permanent destruction of everything that you love if you come at me or towards mine. Yeah. But inversely, my kids will never understand the level of violence that I'm capable of to be as kind and as gentle as I am to them. Yeah. You know, a good man isn't a useless man. A good man is a man that is capable of violence, but chooses to be kind. Yes. Chooses to be graceful. And I 100% agree and subscribe to that. Be a monster and learn how to control it. Would you rather be the gardener?
A monster and learn how to control it. There are men out there that are so good at violence. They like I've tried to do jujitsu with him and stuff like that, and it's so embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Like there are men that can do anything they want to. And you're like,
that is true, but that's also probably what they came from, or they saw something.
It's also that they're physically like, I'm a bonobo and they're a fucking silverback. I'm a bonobo who wants to swill wine, eat good food, and love. And there are some people.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. But then you've got the chimps. You've got those chimps that understand that the world is they're in the mix.
Yeah.
Like when the barbarians are at the gate, the Spartans are activated. And the Spartans are like, kill at a distance. No, I want to smell his breath. You know, those are the men that just go, they're built for just that. You know, those guys who are like, and they just run into the fray. Not me. I'm the one on the wall with a long gun, just going, I guess I'll pick him off from here.
When was the last time you lost your cool? The reason I say that is because I feel like I'm very balanced. I'm a God guy and all that, but I
had my cool.
I thought it was gone. It happened recently.
Really?
Yes.
I want to hear about it. Because the only time I lost my cool was about a year ago, maybe 6-8 months ago, and I had a friend of mine who I've known for a long time tell me he can't be friends with me anymore because I support Trump. And I called him and I said, first of all, don't say I support Trump. You don't know anything about my politics.
Right.
And also, there are some things about Trump that I might support, and there are other things I don't.
Sure.
And I'm a complicated person. Don't paint me as this far right like
that's
like
what
the
happens.
press does and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what
don't tell me I'm just right wing. No, I'm not. I'm an amalgam of things. I ask me on what subject.
Right.
On what subject.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty damn in the middle and probably left over here and right. For reasons that overall I want the world to be a better place. So no, I'm not a loyalist to any team.
Me either.
I'm not all in over here at all. But boy, oh boy, when you say something like, I don't think children should be allowed to transition because their brains aren't developed, or you say you're far right.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, there's all this bullshit.
That was a well-designed plan.
So I got really mad at him for questioning that I wasn't sort of like, I'm doing my best to be a fair person in the world. And you just want to take literally a 40-year friendship and throw it out the window because you think because I posted some things, or he saw a clip of me saying something that was more conservative than it was liberal. Let's take a little break. This podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. you choose to hit play on this podcast today, smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies, so you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations. Prices vary on how you buy. If you guys want auto parts, O'Reilly Auto Parts is the place to go. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. They offer friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you need, second to none, for the maintenance and repair of your car. All right? They've got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in-store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car if it needs to be replaced. They'll help you find just the right battery for your vehicle. You need your windshield wipers replaced, a brake light fixed, or a quick service. They'll help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local repair shop for help. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in-store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter.
Well, I consider those casualties of the
truth.
Well, casualties of the war that we're all in the middle of. You can call it a mind control or spiritual. That's how I define it.
Me too.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of casualties right there.
Yeah.
And listen, I was one of them too, where I was trying to figure everything out. I don't believe in any governments. I'm at that point. I was there. And then the first time Trump came around, a lot of my friends like, you gotta look at him, he's different, blah, blah, blah. Definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
Then came the next madness that made me foam at the mouth, hungry. You're telling me to get vaccinated. You're bullying me to get vaccinated. You're condemning me if I'm not on every front. Whatever happened.
I'm also being censored. I was also being censored.
Yeah, it was censored. It was gender. There was a lot of things going on. And until recently, now I got, in my opinion, like, okay, it is all one team, and it's all just, okay, get over here, do the ice versus the no ice.
Yeah.
Because the ice team will think they're the good guys, and the non-ice team will think they're the good guys, and this fight will continue while we continue doing what we do.
More mutton, please, more mutton. Blood in your mouth.
Send me more chicken wings.
So true, bro.
So that is, here comes the list. Oh, we need to bomb Hamas. We need to go into El Salvador. Look that way. It says that the Muslims are bad. The Muslims are bad. Iran's got weapons of destruction since 1980. Every 5 years, they're going to kill the world. It is such a show for me.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like,
I like
it's
it.
a think tank. You're talking about in the beginning with the commercials.
Yeah.
This is no different. Like, what should we get them running around in circles for in the next one? Well, we continue.
The head fake, the misdirect.
Yes.
Well, I'll take all this over here. You look over there.
Yeah, more digital ID.
They're ruining everything. Those people over there, those have-nots are ruining everything.
Yes.
What? What do you mean I gamed the system?
Yes.
Well, I liken it to But like I have this bit about I want to be a big guy, so if I'm in shallow water, I can put my smaller friends on my shoulders against their will. That's how you just assert your dominance. You're going on my shoulders. I don't want to. You're going, and you got him on your shoulders, and you're just walking around. But it's like you know how you're on a big guy's shoulders, and he's got your ankles, and you can't get off, and he's like, and then he makes you fight another beta on a big guy's shoulders, like in the pool. He's like, you're fighting that guy. It's like, I don't want to. You're doing it. You're doing it now. And now you're like, oh, sorry, I got to do this. It's like, as Americans, I feel like we're both on teams. We're both put on some bigger guy's shoulders, and you have to fight the other guy. I can't sit in the waters of nuance. I got to be like, you believe in global warming. You think it's a hoax. Guns are for guns are the best. Guns are for nuts. Fight. And I can't be remotely a little. Can we have a discussion? Can we talk about like being kind of in the sensible middle? No, you're not getting clicks that way, fucker.
Yeah, but I think that's a well-designed, infiltrated plan from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Just from my own
divide and conquer, right?
Just 100%.
Yeah.
And we're the country that has to be divided, and we're the country that has to be conquered. And the unfortunate part is everyone trusts all the leaders. You trust the leader no matter what. They sound amazing. They certainly told us the things that we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Like I live in Florida. They came out with this whole, there'll be no more spraying chemicals in the sky, and it's a federal offense, and you'd be arrested. Dude, I come out every day, and it's just 50 lines that turn into a haze, and then it's only around the sun area, and and then you get the people like, they're contrails, you moron. That's why your career's in the gutter. And you're like, okay, whatever. They're all just showmen. Yeah. They're just showmen. We're all conned. Think of how much tax we pay. Didn't we fight to not pay tax anymore?
Yeah.
It's all a con job, and we fall for it. You know what blew my mind? Going to places like certain countries in Africa, where I'd hear the guy go, well, we have issues with China because they're buying everything up and they don't use our people. However, America did send $400 billion. Oh, okay. Then I was in Belize. I have friends in Belize.
I like Belize.
I love Belize.
I had a good time there.
My friends were there, and where they lived, the roads only went they live on a peninsula. So the roads only went maybe 10 miles, and then you needed 4-wheel.
Yeah.
I just went back recently, and they built the roads for miles and miles and miles into the jungles and everything, and they started this whole infrastructure. I went, and they were building sidewalks where he lives.
Damn.
And I went, where'd that come from? Oh, America sent whatever $1 billion, but they had to spend it by December. And then that's when I started realizing, like, are we the ones working for the whole world? These guys keep us conning and fighting each other while they come take your paycheck, and they're investing and hiding money everywhere. If they're doing it in Belize and they're doing it in little countries, Africa, and they're sending it to whatever, the I country or whoever's fighting Russia, how much?
Well, a lot of times
of our time and money.
So a lot of times aid, like when they talk about aid,
it's all bullshit.
But it's also like you hire American companies to create the aid. So politicians love it because you keep your constituencies at work, right? So if you're going to build, you're going to give weapons to somebody, American companies build those weapons. You understand? Or so it's like, hey, we'll make those. So when they talk about that stuff, it's all money that circulates back in the economy. That's why it's so easy to vote on it.
But that's what drives me nuts. Again, there's a clip out this week. I get why they made fun of him or tried to kill him. Bob Marley said something. All governments, and people can't wrap their heads around this because they're like, you need government. All governments are illegal. All laws are illegal. And it's a tough thing to really think about. But you talk about Somalia. They come from villages, tribes.
Clans, yeah.
When we were growing up, you had neighborhoods. Everyone looked after each other. This is This has turned into something completely different. It's an overpowering control, and it's an overpowering of theft, stealing. They're grinding you while they're still entertaining you, why you think the Muslims are taking over, why you think the transitioning is going on here, and the ICE and this. It's all, in my opinion, a very well-designed plan to take
But
this nation out.
sometimes also ideas can develop. Ideas can become a virus. Like ideas can get into the minds of people, and they somehow. So if you can create a simplistic idea with the right packaging.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
All that money we make, like now, oh, we're gonna go bomb Iran, whatever they're yelling about, and whoever the new boogeymen are. Think if we spent that much time and energy into teaching one another through television, through media, through social media, how to start taking care of one another and how to build things for the better rather than defense
Not
or
as
war.
sexy. Not as sexy. Look.
To who?
I'll show you.
You never had a chance.
You're right, but
We don't have a chance.
So
the owners of all that are the demons.
If you want to
that
make a
pump that
difference
stuff
in
out.
the world, so the enemy's never that sexy. The enemy's usually the enemy. Like if you really wanted to save lives, you'd spend a whole lot of your time not on stopping racism, but actually on combating diabetes. Now that's not sexy, tackling heavyset Americans and lecturing them on their pancreas. But if you had a movie, a Marvel movie where your favorite character was instead of killing Nazis was like, got to solve this insulin resistance problem in America and Canada. These people are eating too much. I ain't watching that movie. So some of it's just not as sexy. Some of it's like somebody John McWhorter was talking about the civil rights movement, and Martin Luther King. It's Martin Luther King today, right? Is his day, and he was an amazing speaker, and we cite him a lot. But the differences, the actual differences, when you look at what made a difference on the ground for average black people or people of color, it wasn't the speeches. It was the shit behind the scenes. Like it's the stuff that you had to roll your sleeves up with and deal with the nitty gritty of how to be effective in lawmaking and in how to get something through to a committee and that committee has one person that tends to be hard to deal with. It was 1,000 things like that. So when you get into the surgery of it with your scalpel and you actually want to make a difference, man, is it tedious. Some of it is just hard work.
It has to be all rebooted because all of it comes down to money.
It comes down to money, but it also comes down to your emotions. If the one side of politics can appeal to your emotions and simplify the enemy, simplify the problem, and make the problem resonate with you deeply, and I fall for this shit all the time. This guy was talking about how he went to a gym, and he goes to the gym, and the gym was a gym, but it had 100-foot climbing wall.
Yeah.
He's not a climber. He's never climbed. He's not going to go to the gym to climb a wall. But it had 100-foot climbing wall.
Yeah.
Guess what? He went back to his wife and he goes, got to join this gym. She's like, why? He goes, well, it's got 100-foot climbing wall. And she was like, really? That climbing wall is what everybody talked about. They didn't use it, but they talked about it. And if your message has 100-foot climbing wall in it, Trump's really good at that. Trump was talking about how the Haitians were eating dogs. Now, that's not a problem facing America. America's not. You can't pay your mortgage.
They're eating dogs.
The reason you can't afford a house has nothing to do with they eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. That has nothing to do with it, bro. But all of a sudden we're like, hey, what the fuck, bro? These fucking left-wingers are pro-dog eating. It's like, wait, hold on.
They're eating dogs while we're bombing other countries and selling bombs to them.
Head fake,
But
right?
they're eating dogs.
It's a head fake. It's a fucking head fake. It's a head fake.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I knew he was going to win when fucking Bloomberg, who did so well with New York City, and he goes, he wants, look, I'll debate Mike Bloomberg, but he wants a stool. He wants a stool so he can stand on it and be as tall as me. And I just think he should just be short. Why doesn't he just let himself be short? Now, you know Bloomberg didn't ask for a stool, but that's Trump's genius. You lost, bro. You don't have to debate him. You lost. He just said you need a stool and you demanded a stool and you won't debate him without a stool. That's a lie, but it's a genius lie.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. He goes, if he gets a stool, I should get a stool. Just be short. What are you worried about? Yeah, I tower over you. Not a big deal. You're done. Bloomberg was like, I'm out of the race.
Well, all I'm saying is I hope there comes a time where no matter what decisions they make, they're not allowed to make those decisions without like an arena open forum. Like, can you imagine?
Problem with that is the founding fathers didn't like that because it's a democracy. It's a pure democracy, not a republic. And the problem with democracies is people get hot. And when people get hot, they'll burn witches. They get so, the Americans and all people are like this, fucking, let's get these fuckers. Yeah, witches. And then 6 months later, they're like, oh, that was mean. Or, it's like my thing with Venezuela. Like, all right, let's go. Let's fucking go. We're going to do this thing. I have a bit about it. We're going to get Maduro. We're like, yeah, America, we did it. And then like, now they don't have a ruler. And it's like, yeah, a year from now, we'll be like, Venezuela. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is it going bad? Like we have to get our attention span is.
I lost a lot of not a hope, but trust in any leader. Okay, you've been to Rwanda?
No, but I hear it's a very clean.
So if you go to Rwanda, well, I feel like they're the test of they were digital ID long before.
Yeah,
there's certain countries that are a test or a rollout.
Kigali's a dictator.
For what's on the way. Yeah. When we went there, we had to get tested for COVID, and you had to go straight to your hotel room, and you had to be face identified, and you couldn't come out of your hotel room until the government said you're clear, and it could take up to 24 hours. So you can. But
I got news for you. England did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, what I was getting at was. During that time, I went to the museum where basically they were infiltrated by a foreign country or foreign people, and they create a civil war there. They never had issues, but millions, children.
You're talking about the Rwanda genocide?
Yes.
Yeah, between the Hutu and the Tutsi.
And we sat there and just went, hey, this is and then of course, who funds the museum? Clinton Foundation. When I went to Africa a couple of years ago, I was talking with them and some of the guys, locals, and some of the camps. I just started picking their brains. Like, who's your favorite African? Who do you think they picked? Of like all time.
Let me. If it was Mandela, I wouldn't be surprised. But,
it wasn't.
It wasn't Mandela. Hold on. Who is their favorite African? Hold on. And this is currently. You asked. When did you ask?
I asked this about 4 years ago.
Who is your favorite African? Man, was it a sports figure or a musician?
Muammar Gaddafi.
Muammar Gaddafi.
And I said, why?
Wow.
And I recorded it. I said, why? Because he gave to the Africans and everything was free and he was going to build for all of Africa and he wasn't in our system. And I said, well, we were told by our trusted politicians and how our mighty country, he was a terrorist. And we took him out. And they go, we remember. And I said, well, what is Libya like now?
Oh, it's a
they said it's
winter wonderland.
They said it's the biggest human trafficking in all of Africa. So think about that. Here we are. That's why I don't trust any politicians. I don't trust news. I don't trust any of the system. Because here we were told this huge boogeyman who's taking care of his people, but we were told he's a monster. We need to replace him. We replace him, and he went from taking care of his people to now the highest, biggest sex trafficking areas in the world, and we were behind that? Dude, that frightens me.
Well,
that frightens me. That's spooky.
So with your view of the world, you were saying that you lost your cool. Did it have something to do with that?
No, it had something to do with not getting my mail.
So we can,
Nice deflection, but we'll go there. We'll go with the mailman.
no, because I was thinking, I wanted to see if because you've had this sea change in how you see the world.
I do.
And I
There's
thought
not a lot you
maybe
could
you
do.
lost your shit over. 'Cause
No.
when you have that view of the world and you feel powerless or
I feel
cynical,
powerless.
that can lead to rage. That's why I made that.
Here's where the rage happened. I wasn't getting my mail for like a couple months, right? Or I was getting mail, I wasn't getting certain packages. And I live in a development where all the mail goes in one, like there's one box for it all. So it's not like I know the mailman.
Yeah.
I don't see him drop it off during the day. A lot of times I'm not there and he drops it off. And you have to go to the box and get it. We're like 100 other people.
Yeah.
So I noticed October, a couple friends of mine, they're like, hey, did you get the shirts we sent you? Well, no. And then they got it back. And they said, hey, it says returned. Is this your address? I'm like, yeah, that's my address. Send it again. Sends it again, gets sent back again. Man, dude, that's weird. I didn't think much of it. I thought, whatever. Maybe there's something wrong with them. Well, and my wife starts noticing, I ordered this and I ordered that, and these packages haven't come for a while. Well, she then, the one day the package was supposed to come, she looks on the door cam, sees our mailman with an attitude. Banging the doorbell, gives a little shove in one of the boxes that are on her thing. He just looks angry. He looks like he's having a tough day, right?
Yeah.
I've never met him, so
We all have tough days.
right. I never met him, so it can't be personal. I haven't met the guy, right? So she goes to the post office. Hey, I just noticed we're missing like 9 packages. And when she started calling the places, they all said return to sender. And a couple of the packages that she ordered, they no longer hold that product. So she was like, well, what the... I wanted that product, and then it was a pain in the ass to get the money back and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All because our packages
Aren't coming.
were being sent back to sender.
Yeah.
So she went there, showed, and I said, what happened? She's like, oh, they said she gave me an attitude. The supervisor was telling me I need to check the mail more often. And, our mailman says we don't check the mail enough. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. So whatever, I just assume now I get a letter from the insurance of this place I rent out. Hey, you're not going to get your insurance. We've sent this twice and it keeps getting sent back. I'm like, what the? That's my address. So now I'm like, dude, had a check or two that was sent back to return to send. And now I'm seeing Christmas cards, just Christmas cards from family. And it says, whatever it said.
Yeah.
It was like unclaimed.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed. Like now this guy pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because we already went to the supervisor and the supervisor didn't do jack.
So this is on the mailman.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Is it personal? Does
Yeah.
he not like me? Is
Yeah.
he like, oh, that's a guy who's a comedian
Yeah.
or but he might have said this and blah,
Sure.
blah. I don't know. I have
Yeah.
no clue. So mailman, I just come back from the boxing.
Yeah, you're feeling, your hands are feeling light.
Okay.
But heavy, but light but heavy at the same time.
But this is the part that frightens me because I am 58. I'm well balanced, and I know I've reached this part in the world. I don't watch television. I don't watch politics. This is why we're going on tour. I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. I just want us to all laugh and get through, right?
Yeah.
I go up to the mailman. Hey man, you my mailman? Guy instantly like, no, I'm not your mailman. I go, so you're not my regular mail? He goes, no, I'm not. That'd be so and so, and I'm just in this section for right now. I went, oh, okay. How does a package get sent back to the center? I don't know. This guy's starting to piss me off because I'm getting important. He's like, hey, I don't want to. I'm not your guy.
Huh. Already now I'm going, what are you hiding?
So he goes, if you want to talk to him, he's 3 blocks away in your neighborhood. He's at the other box. I went, okay. So I'm going to, my wife is born again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So be Christ consciousness.
I'm
Holy Ghost power, brother.
I
Give love.
Correct.
Shoot love out of your chest.
So she goes, well, I consider myself Christ consciousness. Sure. I'm a God guy. I'm always like, well,
until the 5th package.
Until the 5th package didn't show up.
And my Christmas cards and checks. Right. I'm not turning the other cheek, motherfucker.
So I go, so I roll. She says to me, Jim, before you go, make sure you pray about this. And I went, hon, okay.
Already did.
I got sweat dripping. Yeah.
But
no problem.
Take the berserker makeup off your face. You're not Mel Gibson in Braveheart. I just want to have a talk with him.
And take the hand wraps off.
I just want to talk to the man.
And that's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do.
Well, this is where. So I go. So I roll up, and sure enough, I see his van. Now you gotta. So I pull up behind the van. So the van's here, and there's houses here, and here's like water and the mailboxes. And he's got his head down, and he's looking around. He's putting in this slot, putting in that slot. And I come walking, and all my life I went, just talk. Just let's be cool. You lost it. You were a little aggressive with the other guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Chill out, dude. You're right. I walk up to him. I couldn't have been any more meek. I went, hey, my name is Jim. On my life, he goes, yeah, I know who you are. Won't even look at me. And I went, no, I'm in the other neighborhood. And he goes, yeah, I know who you are. I was proud of myself at that moment.
Yep.
I went, well,
Jim Breuer.
I said, well,
as well you should, sir.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know if you know some of my resume, but I shall tell it. I shall bring my ego back.
Just give him some CDs of your specials, your DVDs. There you go.
I'll sign them for you, even though no one watched some of them.
A movie called Baked.
It was a movie 40 years ago. You might want to watch it.
Yeah.
Pretty popular.
Go on. So go on. So he's not looking at you. So
he's not looking at me. And I said, hey, I don't understand what's going on with the mail. I don't understand how it ends. He said, oh, you need to check your mail, man. I said, I do check my mail. That's the thing. Like I even on the door cam that day, I saw you. And then he said something like, well, you know, your wife already talked to you. Go talk to the supervisor. Your wife already talked to her. And I went, all I want to know is I don't understand why. How does it go from your hands back to the post office and the post office sends it back? Who is taking our packages and sending them back to the sender without any even notification? And he goes, hey man, I'm not no rookie. I've been doing this like 15 years. And the whole time, Bryan, he's like this. He won't even, he's like, hey, you know, I've been doing this a long time. I don't need to talk to you. I go, so now the blood's starting to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're 59. You're going to be 59.
Yeah.
This is not worth it. Be a good, humble human being.
Yeah.
I didn't pray.
Yeah.
But I am being a good guy.
Uh-huh.
I start walking away. And then I turn around. I go like this. Can you do me a favor? For whatever reason, if the mailbox is packed, or for whatever reason and granted, my house is directly the end of the driveway is the mailbox for the entire neighborhood. So he doesn't even have to go. He has to walk from here 20 feet.
Yeah.
If there's an issue with a box or just leaving the driveway.
Right.
I said, can you just like either leave a note, or he goes, I ain't got to do that, man. That's on you. You're the one that needs to check your mail. And that's when I'm not proud of it.
No, I get it. But after a while, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
And that's why I said, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck's your problem, dude? And that's when, even then, he went, talk to me like that. He goes, you talk to me like that. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. And I went,
Dude, I just got out of boxing.
I walked away, went to the car, then came back
Yeah.
and apologized. I went, hey, it's the holidays. I apologize for. I apologize. I'm just really angry. And he's in the van. He's going, fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is where you have to determine.
Yeah. Is it worth the jail
Is
time?
it worth
The jail time.
the jail time?
And it might be.
Did
And
it,
might-
for my Christmas card, maybe?
yeah.
Well, I popped off.
Yeah.
You know, your mother, you this, you
Sure.
thing, I'm gonna
Gotta
do
go
it.
to his mother.
Blah, blah, blah. Threw in his
yeah.
mother hard.
Got to do it.
I think I said in your mouth. It was bad.
Sure.
Not proud of it.
Yeah.
However,
Your mother acts the same way.
I did leave
Yeah.
after clearly saying things about his mother and himself
Yeah.
that I thought he was.
Yeah.
And
Did you solve the mail problem?
well, here's what I learned if anyone has issues with the mail. You don't go to the post office and you don't talk to that person because they will always back the carrier no matter what. Whether they're right or wrong. This is what I was told.
And this is the American Post Office.
Yes.
Okay.
U.S. Post Office.
Yeah.
One of my fans is a postal worker that delivers mail.
God bless you, sir.
Her.
God bless you, ma'am.
She
Love her.
reaches out. I tell the story. She reaches out and says, Jim, let me ask some questions first. And all the questions were clear. And she's like, I don't know. Then did he ever, and she showed me, did he ever give you this notice that says, we have your mail and you have 10 days to get it. It's sitting here.
Never
Come
did.
claim your mail
He
for 10
never
days.
did.
No, I didn't get any of that. So she goes, well, then you need to go to the higher rank, which is, I'm not going to waste time and tell you what, I'd have to look and find it.
Yeah.
But it's a higher, like attorney, that's the big dog. So and you go on there and you have to fill out a report. I felt, dude, they called me in like 20 minutes.
Wow.
Mr. Breuer, what's going on? I said, I told him the whole story, even the ugly part.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Got a little.
I said, on my
little jumpy,
father's soul.
little froggy with him.
Yeah. On my father's soul, up until this moment, I was very like, hey, just tell me what's going on. And he was, too bad, it's on you. Da, da. And I said, all right. And he goes, and I said, and then, I said, your mother, you're this and that.
I did insult his mother.
I wasn't I'm not proud of this moment. I'm not proud of
To
it.
be fair, his mother's a real whore.
Yeah, I went into his mother hard. It was bad. So, again, not proud of it. So, he says, listen, I'm your guy from now on with your mail, any issues. I'm going to talk with him. And the first thing that the post office should have said was, they had a mark on your mailbox because your wife left a package in there in October for like over a week. So for some reason, they made some weird mark on it. So certain packages just don't show up anymore.
Oh, maybe the ones that need a sign.
And she said,
signature.
and the fact that they didn't tell her that or unmark it is a serious issue. And I'm going to address that. I don't understand why they didn't do that.
Interesting.
But that's where
So this guy was just doing his job.
he's not supposed to send packages back.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So with that said, he goes, I said, can I ask something? Is there something going on in this guy's life?
Yeah.
I go, or is it personal?
That's a good
I feel like
question.
I said, I feel maybe there's something going on in his life and he's taking out, otherwise it's me and I've never met the guy. And he's like, there may be, you know what? I feel bad. I want to talk to you. He's like, no, I want to talk to him. Yeah. I said, no, I'm going to leave him something. He goes, nah, don't. He has a no contact because he should have never acted that way.
Yeah.
He should have never acted that way.
Yeah.
That could have got bad real quick.
Yes.
And he goes, but here's what the scenario is. However, I said, isn't that amazing how just a simple conversation, we settled this in less than 3 minutes? When my wife went to the post office,
That's it.
Showed a video, just wants her packages. I go to the mailman. I come there just asking questions. They all gave an attitude.
Yeah.
And they all wanted to be confrontational.
Yeah.
And here we just settled the whole thing, and we're all a happy family again. That's all I wanted.
I'm surprised with
it's really that simple.
I'm surprised with you people. You're a comic, so they're gonna like you right away. But
I don't think they knew who I was.
maybe.
And even if they didn't,
Yeah.
the simplicity of just being kind.
It's just easier.
It's so much easier.
And I can never stay mad is my problem. Like if I have a
in the past, I
like
could.
that,
I'm long past.
Really,
that. In the past, I could stay long.
I don't have staying
power.
power.
Anymore.
I don't have staying power.
I don't anymore. It's been gone for a very long time.
Yeah,
very long time.
Yeah, because you go. Well, my joke is like I practice jujitsu and stuff. I'm never going to fight a man on the street because I have perspective now. So if you're going to give me a hard time, I'd be like, you're not mad at me, young man. You're mad at the world.
Correct, but it's true.
Yeah,
bro. If martial arts, I'm going to say, probably saved my ass.
Did you train?
Huh?
Did you train martial arts?
When I was younger.
Yeah.
But I took Sensei Romeo. They were
I like that.
Like Green Beret, crazy.
Yeah. That you try to take somebody's eye out. And shit.
No right teaching.
Yeah.
They're
you stick the knife here. Fuck.
Yeah. But what I loved and hated about Romeo was he'd make everyone just listen to him. He'd give these he would walk around the room, talk, and he'd always, freaked me out because he'd always look deep into me. And I remember one of the things he said, he goes, just because you have these weapons now, he goes, the real warrior is the mind warrior. And he would look right at me when he'd say it. He goes, it's the ones that have a deeper sense of reality that know how to talk their way out of a situation and manipulate through the mind and power. And, he'd say that, and I didn't really think much of it. Cut to had to be, let's see, this 18, 20, had to be almost 30 years later. I'm playing in Denver, right?
Yeah.
With the Comedy Works.
Yeah.
And I bring my dad along now because he's in his 80s. And I want him to see as much as he can.
So great.
Right? And everywhere he'd go, the staff was like, I'd come off stage like, where's my dad? Oh, the staff, it's the last night, can we go out? Yeah, all right, we'll all go out. Great. He's old though, and blah, blah, blah.
Love it.
Now, that day, I went into the gym while he was napping. Bryan, I don't know what this is. I will never forget this the rest of my life. I'm sitting there at the edge of the bench, right? And all of a sudden, Sensei Romeo, that whole speech comes into my head, and I'm just zoning out, listening to him, right? And I don't know why. Like that, when it was, when you're driving?
Yeah.
And then you don't, after a while, you're like, holy shit, how did I get here?
It's
like, I don't even.
Automatic.
I'm in the gym and I just sat down and I'm watching by myself in my head, Sensei Romeo, that whole thing about mind and controlling the situation. It's not about you, it's about something else.
Yeah.
And and when it was over, I'm like, wow, that was weird. Dude, if anyone saw me zoning, so I was just kind of, went back to working out. Like, why'd that happen? That night, the staff takes us out to some bar. No one's in there. There's a really big, like, biker vest looking guy behind the bar. And I got my dad's. I'm at the end of the table, long table. Here's the window with the street. The bartender's there and the staff is kind of around me. And my dad, in his 80s, is sitting right here. This guy walks by the window and he stares at me. He's got leather knuckles on, full-blown biker, sees me, comes in the door, and I'm thinking he's going to go, hey, man, can I get a picture?
Sensei Romeo.
He reaches across my father, grabs my shirt, he's like, you, outside, I'm going to fucking kill you right now, right? And he's pulling, I'm like, hey, man, what the fuck? Like, what's amazing? Like, outside right now. I'm gonna kill you. You know, disrespect family. I'm like, what is going on right now? Now, the staff,
Yeah.
who some of them are gay.
Yeah.
And thank God, the gay ones were like, yeah, you get out, they were like, get out of here. And I was like, there's no way they're gonna, like, this guy's gonna kill them.
Yeah.
And the more they would try to help, the more they're like, what's your problem? Get on out of here. The anger I want to talk to him. Shut the fuck. He would go off on them and call them names. And I'm like, guys, everybody. Hey. I got it. You want to talk to me? Let's go outside and talk. It's okay. Right fucking outside. We go walking outside. All I can think about is, as we walked out the door, I sized up the bricks, like the shape of the bottom of the building, and where my head was going to hit. I saw my life.
Oh no.
And I was like,
Jesus.
I gotta try to fall that way, so I don't die. And I was more worried about my father.
Yeah, he's gonna try to.
He's gonna stroke out, and my father's. This is traumatizing.
Yeah.
Right. The guy's been in World War II, grew up, and go all through life, and this is how he's gonna watch his son being taken out. So I go outside. He's big man. I'm 5'10". He was probably like 6'4".
Yeah.
Right, because I was looking up at him.
Big boy. Yeah.
And he's like, disrespect family. I said, okay, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. So you got to help me out here. If I disrespected you, I'll own up to it. I was at the show tonight. I said, okay. And what happened? He goes, you disrespected my sister. Who's your sister? She fucking passed out. And now I know exactly who he's talking about.
Yeah.
His sister, in the middle of the show, all I heard was glass breaking and people going, oh my God, oh my God. So I didn't know if it was a fight.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Lights are in you. I can't see. And then what happened was, I looked and is she okay? Everything okay? I think she's just drunk. But is she okay? I asked her multiple times. Is she okay though? Yeah. And they stood her up. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh my God, sweetie, you're gonna be okay. And they started walking her out.
Yeah.
And then while they were walking her out, I was like, I'm glad she's okay, but the night's just starting for her. Like, this was the easy part.
Yeah.
And now it's the spins, and she's going to be peeing and blah, blah, blah. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Jim Breuer.
everyone starts laughing and blah, blah.
Yeah. And he took that personally.
Well.
He's an asshole.
Well.
Okay.
He goes like this. He goes, my sister. I went, okay, let me ask you something. Your sister, yeah, she's okay. I said, I have a sister too, and again, let me explain my side. Because you would make fun of her. She's like, you would make fun of her, and everyone's laughing.
He sounds like so dumb, but go on.
He had leather knuckles on.
Yeah, he sounds so dumb.
He had leather knuckles on, a leather vest.
Human being. Oh boy. All
and he's 6'4". Doesn't matter how dumb he is.
That's the problem.
He's going to kill me.
That's the problem.
Right?
Yeah, he's just.
So he goes, so I said, Sensei Romeo, I go, I don't know why I was so calm. I was so calm.
Yeah, because it's.
And I went, let me just state my case. And if you feel at the end that I disrespected you, by all means, you do what you got to do. I totally respect that. I have family, and we're getting the whole family, and I got family,
da.
Yeah,
you got to
and
mirror.
my dad
You're
in there,
mirroring.
blah, blah, blah. Okay?
Mirror.
So when your sister fell, if you remember, all eyes were on her, were they not? Yeah, it was embarrassing. Yeah, it was. I can imagine. I go, all I heard was, what did I ask over and over? What did I ask? You asked if she was all right. I asked that multiple times, right? Now, what'd they do? They picked her up. Some people were snickering. Some people were laughing. And everyone was starting to watch her as she left. Now all eyes are on her. Now my job is to take those eyes off of her and put them back on me.
That's right.
I go, and if you remember, I never said anything vicious about her. All I said was, wow, thank God that's the worst thing that happened. If anything, her night is just like that. And then I talked about, as you guys were leaving,
which is all true.
And I put everyone's eyes back on me, and they forgot about her as they transition. I would never, ever do that to anyone in that position. Dude, the guy starts crying.
Oh.
On my life starts crying. And he goes like this. He had a flip phone. Will you talk to my girlfriend and tell her I'm not going to jail tonight? What? My girlfriend came here and said I was going to go to jail after I fucked you up. And I'm on, my sister, I don't want to talk to Johnny. Some wasted sister-in-law.
That sounds like that's going to work out for them in the long run.
It was a long time ago.
You just stumbled across just a family of disaster.
That's
the kind of shit where you just get sucked into this. People that feel they're so fucked up that they have to bleed into, they got to find somebody to blame for their fucked upness. One little detail.
But the martial arts saved my life right there.
Well, yeah, because that's
at the
fighting.
end of the day.
That's fighting. So I was talking to some soldiers, some guys who know the difference. And this Maduro raid in Venezuela with the Delta Force.
Yeah.
I said, what is it that makes them so special? And they said, look, I mean, at the end of the day, they're training, like nobody's like them. Like if in a gunfight, the only thing that stops them from killing everybody is running out of ammo. You don't have a chance, no matter who you are. Oh, you're Cuban Special Forces. It's 101, you're all dying. They don't need their sights. They can see and all that. But I talked to another guy who really knows Delta, and I said, what is it though? What's the difference? He said, they're exact. I said, what do you mean? He goes, they're just exact. It's one thing to be able to go in and kill, shoot really well. It's another thing to be able to go into a very high pressure life and death situation and know exactly who not to kill. And I was like, damn, making those decisions in a split second, knowing exactly knowing if you really actually have to kill anybody. A lot of times they'll come in and nobody dies. It's just because they had a job to do and it's that surgical. But they are able to think and react on a level that none of us can, because they probably have a wiring for it begin with. That's why they got invited into Delta, but also then they just train it on a different level. It's not that they're all muscle heads.
No.
A lot of them look like kind of regular white guys, but it's a different thing, man.
It's a whole.
And so that kind of martial art, the real, I had a guy explain to me about knife. He was telling me how you kill with a knife. He said, you stick it in the throat like that and you cut like that. You got to fight on your hands. I mean, you kill the guy, but a lot of times, you'd be surprised guys can take shit. It's where you stab, which is like they stab here, it's a different thing. It's going to take them a while. You stab here, they're going to die. You stab here, they lose hydraulics in 8 seconds. And there's a whole different way of doing it. But being exact, and knowing when not to. And most importantly, how do you get yourself in a position like good boxers? You can't hit them.
Oh my gosh.
The reason you can't hit them is because they are putting themselves in a position where you are not able to, they know how to step where you're off balance. And then they get you to step where they're in balance and you're off balance. That's why boxing is a foot game. It's not punching. It's where you punch from. You see guys who can kill mitts. Ba 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 ba, doesn't mean a thing.
Right.
To boxers, they're like, yeah, I know, but I'm not going to be standing there.
I wish I took jiu-jitsu. I wish I learned jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
because to me, that's the safest to learn. Not the safest, but I feel like no matter what, that's the one, because you can be a street fight all you want.
Yeah.
I've been in those.
A couple of things.
But once you're on the ground and somebody knows I'm dead.
Yes.
I'm dead.
Yeah. There are guys, that 6'4" guy, there are guys, the minute they touch you, there,
He ain't letting go when I'm doing this.
But the good jiu-jitsu guys who look like nothing and they're skinny.
Yeah, I don't like those guys.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. If I see a little skinny dude talking to me like,
you
got a problem? Like, no.
Oh, wait, your legs are around my throat.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I know guys, I do a little jujitsu, and some of the guys I roll with will get on top of you and they just, they smother you with their chest or you can't breathe. Or they do this. They have your arms tied up like, and you're like, what the fuck? And you just feel this and they use their hands.
Yeah.
And they're smiling and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it's terrifying.
oh.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Well, we're flesh and blood.
I wouldn't mind knowing that though.
I'm glad you're touring. I'm so glad you came in, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun.
Give us where you're gonna be. How they find you?
Just go to jimbreuer.com. Jimbreuer.com.
Fort Pence.
I'm not doing any more
Baton Rouge, Dallas,
stand-up
Texas.
after this.
You're not.
Not forever.
But you're gonna.
But I don't plan on doing anything. For
How many dates is that?
Jeez.
Probably 45. There's still like 2 or 3 that may be on the way. Probably about 45, 50.
That's 48 right there.
48?
Yeah, 44.
I'm excited though. I started working it out about a month ago. I'm hopped up.
Yeah,
I'm
actually
excited.
48. That's 48 dates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dates, buddy.
It's a lot of dates. Bing, bang,
Well,
knock
go
'em
see
out.
Jim Breuer. He's the best. And I'll be at the San Jose Improv this Friday, Saturday. Come get some. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Then Greenville, South Carolina, January 30 to February 1st. Greenville at the Comedy Zone, which is a great gig.
That is a great gig. You gotta, that rant you went on, what you want, I for my own personal good, I need to see more of that.
I'll give it to you.
And I also need to see that either just
animated or
just take that entire voiceover, animate it, or film your own film of exactly what that guy looks like.
I will.
I'm telling you, I want to see that on social
love
media.
that.
I want to see that on the internet.
I'm on it.
It was so good.
And you're doing Kill Tony tonight.
I am a little nervous. Not nervous.
Well, because you're not a natural roaster. I'm not either.
I'm not a roaster.
I can't be mean. I'm terrible at roasting. I'm terrible.
So I'm just gonna be me, and then if they do poke fun of me, I'll figure a way. But I'm not like, what'd you call me? I'm not that guy unless you're the mailman.
Nobody's gonna poke
taking
fun
mail
of you,
from
dude.
me. You never know.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
I'm open for everything.
I've never seen you not be funny, dude. You'll figure your way through. You'll be good. I might come see you tonight. I might come watch Jim Breuer at Kill Tony tonight.
And by the way, that song is called No Sudden Movement.
No Sudden Movements.
And I just listened to a bit of it. It's dope, dude.
Bro.
Yeah.
It is.
5-finger death punch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finger.
Let's just
no sudden movements.
Let's see.
Right between your eyes. I begged the director while this song was playing, I have the fantasy of what I'm going to do to him in the basement.
Damn.
So this whole song was the fantasy in the movie of me finally capturing this
Go ahead
psycho.
and get me in that movie. Let's go.
And what I would, bro, you would crush.
Let's go. I'm in.
You would crush.
Just me shaving my head with a straight razor.
But that's the thing. He's not even that crazy.
Yeah.
It was all almost to a degree a front, if that makes sense.
I can't wait.
All right.
Watch Bryan Callen starring in The Pizza Guy. Jim Breuer, you're the best.
Thanks for having me. That was fun just hanging out.
Come on, man. Always.
I wasn't very funny, but I had a great time hanging out.
Great.
That was awesome.
We had fun.